everyone! I'm back! This is Dolly, your Saladmaster baking coach. I am very excited today because meron na naman akong ihandog from my kitchen to yours. Isa sa mga paborito nating mga Filipino. And of course, aside from pandesal, ito ay paborito nating merienda or breakfast. Sausaw sa kape. I will be baking a very healthy version of my Spanish bread. Unahin muna natin ang water because I'm using here active dry yeast. So we have to have a lukewarm water, an estimate of 80 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Water is 100 grams. Check the temperature. It should be between 80 to 100. If it's too hot, that can possibly kill the element of our yeast. This is too hot, so we have to temper it first. 250 grams bread flour, our 100 grams water, it reaches to 145 degrees, hindi pa pwede. We have to wait until it reaches 100. 30 grams almond milk, unsweetened, 5 grams yeast, 45 grams brown sugar. So it's your preference. If gagamit kayo ng white sugar, wash sugar, it's up to you. 3 grams salt, 2 grams dough improver, and 20 grams extra virgin coconut oil. We have our optional ingredient, vanilla. Let's go back to our water if it's ready. Pwede nating idagdag ang ating tubig konti para bababa ang temperature. Okay, pwede na ubusin. Yes, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. There you go. So you've got to add at least 1 tablespoon of sugar into our yeast mixture. So let it bloom for 5 to 8 minutes. So if you can see the bubbles, that means your yeast is active. Then cover. Wait for 5 to 8 minutes until the yeast is fully bloomed. You've got to mix your dry ingredients while waiting for our yeast to bloom. Layer it first, brown sugar, dough improver, our salt, let's check our yeast if it's ready. Oh, by the way, we have to hold our extra virgin coconut oil. So look at the bubbles. So our yeast is blooming. Look at our yeast, it's fully bloomed. Look at the bubbles. So yeast into our mixing bowl. Do not ever attempt to mix your dough if you are not certain of your yeast. If it's not fully bloomed, you've got to wait for more minutes, okay? Place the ingredients into the mixing bowl, holding the shortening out of the mix until all the dry ingredients are hydrated. Add the dry ingredients in 2 portions. Mix gently under speed number 1. Another portion of your dry ingredients. So the last portion of your dry ingredients into the bowl under speed number 1. And add now your vanilla, 1 teaspoon. Our method in kneading our dough is called straight dough method. There's only one mixing and you have to make sure that all dry ingredients and liquid ingredients are well hydrated before you're gonna add your extra virgin coconut oil. So the straight dough method, it takes 10 minutes in kneading your dough or until it will become elastic. Let me scrape first our ingredients. Speed number 2 for 8 to 10 minutes or until the dough becomes elastic. Let's check. it breaks, so we still need more minutes. Our dough is not ready yet. Let's check. So you are certain if your dough is ready if there are no dough sticking on the wall of your bowl. Okay, we're ready. Here into the board for final hand kneading. Let's grease first our board. I'm using here grapeseed oil in greasing our board. Into a grease bowl, ferment this for 1 hour to 1.5 hours or until the dough will be double in bulk. The purpose of greasing our bowl is to avoid sticking our dough into the walls of our bowl. Cover with a cling wrap. Our weather here is kinda cold, so make sure that you warm your oven into 130 degrees and turn it off right away. So inside the oven, no fire. Okay. Ferment our dough for an hour or more. If you thought that the dough still needs more fermentation, so extend it to 1.5 hours. If it's not, if it will double in size less than an hour, then it means your dough is ready for forming. Okay? $40 grams of coconut sugar, 40 grams of breadcrumbs, my own breadcrumbs. We have 80 grams of extra virgin coconut oil. So my version is healthy. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And a little of food coloring. Yellow food coloring. You may also use peanut butter for your filling, your Spanish bread. So you can have a choice of your own variation of palaman. Na-create itong sugar and breadcrumbs filling. Actually, in the Philippines, we are using margarine oil or margarine kasi napakamahal nga ng mga palaman sa atin. So, Filipino revised or created another kind of filling which is economical. Thus, the creation of this crumb, margarine, and sugar filling. But my palaman is healthy because I'm using here extra virgin coconut oil and my own breadcrumbs plus coconut sugar. Into the refrigerator. Let's check our dough. It's been 1.5 hours. I use an extra hot water since our weather here in California is autumn. So medyo malamig sa labas. So the temperature of a closed oven is not enough to ferment our dough. Thus adding hot water from my percolator, and then see our dough has grown and it doubled in size and it's now ready for forming. Okay, into the board. Alright, with clean hands. Punch our dough. Use a floured board. Punch our dough after fermentation to allow the bad odor to escape. We let it rest for a few minutes. Scale our dough into 60 grams. Round. Ganito lang ang pag-round. Apply a light touch on your dough and then in circular motion, rest 5 minutes. Let's grease our rolling pin. Using our homemade filling, let's spread onto our dough. Okay, rest for 5 minutes. So we let the formed dough rest for a couple of minutes. And today I am featuring here my Saladmaster cookie sheet and dusted with breadcrumbs to avoid sticking the dough. And before that, we have here an almond milk and breadcrumbs. We have to wet our dough using our almond milk para didikit ang ating breadcrumbs. Use your right hand in bathing our dough sa wet ingredient and then dry. Use your left hand. Make sure that the end of the dough will be at the bottom, this one. Arrange into your Saladmaster cookie sheet. Let's proof our dough for 30 to 45 minutes. Into the oven without fire for 30 to 45 minutes and with an aid of a hot water. As I mentioned earlier, our weather here is a little bit cold because it's autumn season. So the warm water or the hot water from the teapot can aid in proofing our dough. So 30 to 45 minutes proofing. And today I'm gonna be featuring my king in the kitchen, my Saladmaster electric skillet or EOC. Inside my electric skillet, I have here a rack from my other pan. You may or you may not use your rack, but for me, I'm gonna use this to prevent darkening of the bottom of our bread. Your bread will never be burnt or overbaked if you achieve the right temperature. Okay, I have here a wax paper. Then let's preheat our oven into 440 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. "45 minutes of proofing is over. So our Spanish bread looks like this after 45 minutes of proofing. 10 minutes is up. Let's set our EOC into 380 degrees Fahrenheit and timer is 10 minutes. "10 minutes is over. Then on the other side, for another 5 minutes. Wow, 5 minutes on this side. Oh la la, wow, hot. It's super mabango. Same temperature, 380 degrees Fahrenheit. 5 minutes here, one side. Five minutes is up. Turn into the other side. Another 5 minutes. 380 for 5 minutes. Five minutes is up. Let's turn again on the other side. Final. And final baking, 380, then 10 minutes, final. Alright, 10 minutes is up, so let's see. Here we are. This is the finished product of our Spanish bread. Wellness through healthy food preparation prevents us from getting sick. Saladmaster cookware is a healthy cookware. It is made of 316 titanium stainless steel, pure, clean, non-toxic cookware, and it has a limited lifetime warranty. So, we're done baking our healthy Spanish bread, and this is amazing because I bake it using my EOC or electric oil core skillet here. So I have here milk for my bread, and here is the finished product. Here you are. There you go. It's fully cooked or fully baked. Very soft. The sweetness of the filling is not overpowering because I'm using coconut sugar plus the extra virgin coconut oil. I'm okay with extra virgin coconut oil because I love it. Now, it's your preference. As I have said earlier, if you're gonna use margarine, shortening, oil, or butter for the filling, it is all up to you. Now, since I am giving you a healthy recipe for my Spanish bread, thus using extra virgin coconut oil and coconut sugar. So one more tikim, so good. It reminds me of my baking activities in the Philippines. My bake shop, which is called Budol Bake Shop. This is one of the best sellers of my Budol Bake Shop. Budol Bake Shop. So this is one of the best products I had in my bake shop. Try this and surely you will love my recipe. Start using extra virgin coconut oil because it is the safest oil that you're going to use in your baked products, okay? I could not make sausaw, I could not dip this with my milk because it has a filling and it's very filling. One piece of bread is good for one meal for me. Okay, the last bite. Yako. Yako. Yeah. Now let's recap. I'm using my Saladmaster electric skillet in baking my Spanish bread, I was using extra virgin coconut oil for my dough, and I was also using extra virgin coconut oil for the filling of my Spanish bread. And my breadcrumbs are a day old or 2 days old from my bread baked products. And also, I am using the most healthy cookware, one of my Saladmaster collections, electric oil core skillet, my king in the kitchen. So this has multiple usages. You can bake, you can fry, and you can do anything into this electric skillet. And also on the temperature of my bread, it depends on the size of your dough. I form them into 60 grams, of course a little bit lengthy and a little bit thicker. Thus, the temperature of reheating it into 440 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes, and then bake first side for 10 minutes into 380 degrees Fahrenheit, and then flip on the other side at the same temperature 380 degrees for 5 minutes, and after which another 5 minutes 380 degrees Fahrenheit, and then final baking to make sure that your dough or your bread is fully baked. Bake again another 10 minutes for 380 degrees Fahrenheit, and then don't open the lid. Leave it there for 5 minutes until final baking of your bread. So this is now the finished product. You've got a perfect bread even if you do not have any convection oven at home, as long as you have your electric skillet. Very healthy because this is made of 316 titanium. I will never settle for any cookware except for Saladmaster, which covers a lifetime warranty, and healthy, non-toxic. So this is my final bite before we end up our session. Oh, it's really very soft. And also, another tip, the finished product of your electric skillet will result into a very moist dough or a very moist bread, because convection oven is somehow dry. If you over bake it for like even 5 minutes, the tendency is your dough will shrink and it will be very dry. Whereas in our Saladmaster EOC, the dough is perfect. It remains the same size and very soft and very moist. So once again po, nagtatapos ang ating isang episode ng Healthy Baking with Dolly using my Saladmaster electric skillet and Saladmaster cookie sheet. Thank you very much po for your continued support for my YouTube channel. Thank you po for sharing my channel or my video to your friends. And please feel free to follow the recipe or try the recipe at home, because I have given you nothing but healthy recipes for your family and for your loved ones. So maraming salamat po, and tayo po'y muling magbabalik for another healthy baking and cooking episode from my kitchen to yours. So ito pong muli si Dolly at muli nagpapasalamat sa inyo from the bottom of my heart. Salamat po, and hanggang sa muli. Bye-bye, stay well. Salamat po again.